Hey everyone, Tim here back with another video. Today I wanted to do a binder walkthrough of my Sword and Shield collection. This era was really fun for me. This was during the COVID time, so 2020 and onward, was kind of the peak of Sword and Shield. So yeah, this was a really fun era. I remember watching videos on YouTube of people opening packs like Leonhardt, the classic ones. And kind of got my wheels spinning about, okay, maybe I want to get back into the hobby before 151 where I jumped back in full time. So, watched Sword and Shield for a while, and in this video we'll go over my binder. I'll show you guys what I collect from Sword and Shield, and hopefully these binder collection videos give you guys some ideas of what to collect. That's what I like when I see videos. It's like maybe there's a card that I had never seen before, or they're arranged in a way that I hadn't seen before, and it kind of gets the wheels turning about, oh, maybe I want to do that for myself. So hopefully this video helps some of you guys out there just see kind of the cool Sword and Shield cards and my favorites. And maybe also you're new to the hobby, you might not be as familiar with Sword and Shield cards, so I'll go through and kind of point out my favorites. All right, let's jump into it. All right. Also, just shout out Voltex for my binders, typically what I use. So Sword and Shield binder, for this one, I focused mainly on promos, alt arts, as well as trainer gallery cards. They're kind of like the first style of illustration rares. So I don't typically do master sets like, 151, where I collect all the commons and uncommons. Especially for the modern sets, it's just too much, so I just focus on collecting my favorites and what I like. And Eevee is one of my favorites here, so I had to collect these Eevee promos with Eevee in the middle, and then the evolutions as they go around by the order that they came out. And the cool thing about these Eevee promos is, they're the Cosmos Holo foil, but then there's a unique Eevee attached to each of these. So this is actually the one that goes with the Umbreon because it's, pawing at the moon there. And so that one actually evolves to Umbreon. I'll show you guys in a different video the rest of the Eevee ones. But I love these, evolutions with the Cosmos Holo. That's my weakness, the Cosmos Holo. So yeah, love these Eevee ones. Going into it further, so I did collect some celebrations. Some of these are promos, some of these are in the sets. One of the unique ones here is this Pikachu. It's got a really unique holofoil pattern, and I believe it came in a General Mills box. So, kind of a throwback to being a kid and getting cards in cereal boxes. So yeah, this one's really unique for the 25th anniversary. Pikachu as well. Some of these are promos, Dark Sylveon, Lance's Charizard. And then over on this side, the Lucario V-Star from the Crown Zenith ETB. This one's a textured one, as you know. But yeah, really cool. One of the first ETB promos that we got, besides like the Sun and Moon bird trio, the stained glass bird trio, but really love it. And now, of course, Scarlet Violet Mega Evolution, that's pretty common to get. ETB promos, but they're not the textured versions. Also, one of my favorites is Charizard. Would be here, the Sleepy Charizard. This is Oswaldo Cato, so one of my favorite artists. And I love this one. Kind of has the connected art, kind of the story with the Brilliant Stars Charizard fighting Venusaur. Some people have made that connection in the story there. So yeah, I just love super vibrant and really cool texture on this one. Really hard to get in a 10. All these Charizard promos that came with the Charizard UPC, they have pretty bad print quality, so the centering is pretty rough on them. These are some that actually has okay centering, but yeah, these are all really cool. The Godzilla Charizard, which I don't believe came out in Japanese, so it might be in Chinese, but yeah, at first it was thought to be an English exclusive, so this is the VMAX version. And then this Arceus V is also very cool. One of my favorite artists, Furusawa. So yeah, kind of like the Legends Arceus game. And I'll just go through here quickly. Sword and Shield has so many good cards, so I can't spend too much time on each of them, but I'll kind of breeze through here. So that was like my promo page. This one go to Battle Styles, which, you know, is not everybody's favorite set. Super small, the ones that I wanted to collect. The Sleepy Tyranitar here from Hypnosuke. That one's pretty cool. And the Urshifu from Kawaii is also pretty cool. You know, not the coolest Pokemon or the most popular Pokemon. I still like them, and I like the artwork, so I wanted to collect all the artworks for Sword and Shield, including those. Chilling Reign is the next set from Sword and Shield. So I did, I laid out the binder from, you know, earliest sets to latest sets, and then some promos and some various cards at the beginning and end. So next is Chilling Reign. Favorite card here, the Sarah Aura V. I think this is artwork from maybe one of the Sword and Shield DLCs. There was, that tree was in one of the DLCs. So yeah, this is Furusawa again. I love this card. I also have a graded version on my graded display, so I do collect graded, which you'll see at the end of the video too, because some of my Sword and Shield cards are in PSA slabs as well. Over here, the Galarian Bird Trio, the Zapdos is really cool, like Roadrunner style. And then the Blaziken VMAX, I actually collected, I believe this is, I don't know if this is, it might be Chinese or Korean, I think it's Chinese. But I collected alternate versions because I had the English version originally, but I actually graded it and sold it in a 10. So sometimes when, you know, a card becomes too valuable, I'm like, oh, maybe I have that in my binder. I send it in for grading and then sell it and maybe buy like a less pristine version for my personal collection for my binders. Or I bind in alternate language like I do here, which is a little bit cheaper. So that's a pro tip if you guys, you know, want to collect on a budget and for binders and just care about the artwork and not necessarily the language. I've gotten more and more into alternate languages besides English, which is really fun. And you can see here, so Evolving Skies, one of the most popular sets in Sword and Shield, obviously. Amazing set. I do have the VMAXs as well that I'll show you guys at the end of the video. I have those in PSA slabs, so those are some of my favorite artworks, so I actually have those in my bedroom that I will show you at the end. But yeah, for this one, I have this Eevee, just the reverse foil here by Furusawa as well. So, you know, as you can tell, he's just one of my favorite artists going in the Rayquaza there. The artwork is so cool. His artwork has such detailed backgrounds that really make the Pokemon feel like it lives in that area, which I love. You can just kind of, you know, drop into the area and feel like you kind of know what's going on. So yeah, I love this card. I wish they did EVV and VMAX in this to kind of match the aesthetic with the silver borders, but you know, it's still fine there. And then one of my other favorites is this Sylveon V. From Nishida, I believe. But yeah, the colors on this one are just so vibrant and the texture as well. So this card is awesome. This is, I might even like this more than the VMAX. Yeah, just in a bakery somewhere, all the cupcakes and stuff. So yeah, I love that card. And then I have the promos up here too. So these didn't actually come in the set. They were promos in the collection boxes along with the VMAX versions, but wanted to complete the binder set, so I had them all there. And then you can see on this page, we have some more from the set. Their Rayquaza V is really cool. VMAX as well. This one is Korean, I believe. So Korean print quality is similar to English. It doesn't have as good of texture typically as Chinese and Japanese. I think it's printed at a different print facility, but still on par with English, and actually has the English back. So not the you know, this isn't gonna get a PSA 10, but it's just a binder copy that I replaced my English copy with when I sent it in for grading with PSA. So yeah, we'll come back to the VMAXs at the end of the video, so stay tuned. Next is Fusion Strike. Yeah, this one is super popular set. The Mew VMAX, of course, from Akira Igawa. Not my favorite artwork from Igawa, but you know, I think she was trying to match the VMAX, you know, colors and patterns in the artwork itself. So I appreciate it still. And then the Gengar VMAX here from from South South So. Again, not the cleanest copy. I sent mine in to get graded, but got this like semi damaged version, but you know, it does the job in a binder. So yeah, and I'll do a video going over kind of my collecting strategy for how I fund my collection through the hobby, through the market. So stay tuned for that. I'll go over kind of my strategy on how I afford to collect. You know, a lot of these I collected after I went back for 151. So I started with 151, master set of that, and then kind of went backwards from Sword and Shield, Sun and Moon, Black and White, X and Y, and then all the way back through Vintage. And then now I'm kind of selling off extras or doubles to be able to fund the new collection or switching them to alternate languages. So yeah, that's kind of how I'm able to collect all of these too. I didn't just start collecting them, you know, this year. That would be wild. A lot of these prices have increased significantly. So I'm happy I collected them when I did. Next, we're going to go into Brilliant Stars. So this is the first set with the trainer gallery, which I love the trainer galleries. They're like the first version of illustration rares, which are also some of my favorites. In English, they have this yellow border, which, you know, is not my favorite, but now I'm kind of nostalgic to them, actually, so I don't mind them too much. And for some cards, it works, like Pikachu with the yellow border is actually works really well. But here, you know, Brilliant Stars, we have the Evolutions and Eevee. This Vaporeon is great. I love this Vaporeon from Jiro Sasumo. But yeah, with Gary. So yeah, this, you know, just cool artwork on that one. And some of these are difficult to get in a PSA 10 too, lower population, that one included. Yeah, so these are all great. This set also had the Charizard V. So yeah, this one, you know, is the one fighting the Venusaur. And earlier in the binder, but yeah, this one's cool. And a lot of these Sword and Shield cards are have been undervalued for a while too. I think this Charizard finally starting to climb up. And then we have the Umbreon V and VMAX here. So this one's pretty cool. And another thing to note, the trainer gallery also had non-illustration rares where they're actually textured like this with the black border. So they're actually textured like alt arts, but not full alt arts. The pull rates are a little bit different. So the pull rates for the normal trainer gallery ones are like 1 in 12, 1 in 13. So similar to illustration rares pull rates like they were in Scarlet Violet. But these are a little bit rarer, so I can't remember exactly the pull rates. But yeah, these non-alt arts, non-illustration rares are a little bit different. And then of course the alt arts have pretty challenging pull rates in Sword and Shield, honestly. So Arceus V as well here. Kawaii did this one. So, you know, Kawaii has this, I don't know, yeah, just like a more muted tones, but works really well. So Arceus, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, cool art there. So Brilliant Stars. Love that set. It's great. Next we'll go into Astral Radiance. So again, another trainer gallery set here. Yeah, these are, I mean, all the artworks are cool. Even just the less popular Pokemon's got really cool ones, like Hoot Hoot. Hoot Hoot here, chilling on a mountain. Hagenosuke, again, great artist. Love this card. And then this one, the Starmie V, also, oh man, this Starmie is great with Misty. And who did this one? Akira. Not sure, not familiar with what other cards they did, but yeah, this card's super vibrant and the texture's really cool. Chilling in the pool with Starmie and Misty. Yeah. And then for these trainer gallery sets too, I did collect the trainers and the gold cards. I don't typically collect those. I'm not a huge trainer collector, but for this binder it just kind of worked, so I went with it. Here we have the Origin Form Dialga. Not my favorite Pokemon, but man, this art is great from Arita. Just really, really cool, and the texture is really nice on it too. Probably even better in Japanese, honestly. I've thought about replacing with Japanese because it's cheaper and better quality. Well, sometimes it's cheaper. There are some cards that are actually harder to pull in Japanese. So yeah, Machamp V. This one is the chase of Astral as well. Even the Sneasler. This is Okacheke here. Got a really cool art. Again, not the best Pokemon, but man, great artwork here and cool texturing. When they do these sun textures, it's usually really cool. They do a good job where it like actually looks like it's, you know, the rays of sun here. So awesome job, Okacheke, as usual. Next we'll get into Lost Origin. This one is, I love this set. This one almost got me back into collecting. I remember watching some PokeTubers open up Lost Origin looking for the Aerodactyl, and that Aerodactyl art was just amazing. So yeah, the trainer gallery for this one is also really cool. I mean, we have the Charizard here with Lance. You know, not the typical Charizard artwork where he's, you know, a little bit more cuddly. Ghidorah did this one. Oh yeah, Ghidorah. Another great artist. So yeah, and these also in 10s are pretty low pop, so I've been going after those as well on the more investment side. I'll do another like investment versus collecting video in the future, kind of give you guys my strategy on that. But yeah, this one, another one, Furusawa again, illustrated this one, Sleepy Pikachu. Furusawa is one of the best artists, I think, in the modern TCG. Yeah, has the Hisuian Pokeballs down here from Legends Arceus. So yeah, love that art. One of my favorites. Also, lower pop in a 10. Gengar. What's more to say? Bongar. Whatever you want to call it. Funny art. Who did that one? Oh, another Akira. Oh, okay. I need to check out this artist a little bit more. They're doing some cool art. Yeah, Snorlax over here, another great art. Of course, the Pikachu V. This is the same artist that did the Brilliant Stars Charizard. This is a textured one with red. Yeah, cool texture on that one. VMAX. I like this V more than the VMAX. Centiskorch. Yeah, and then we'll get over here into the trainers. You know, trainers or whatever, but the Aerodactyl V, this card is one of my favorites. I have this one in a slab too, so sometimes I collect them in a binder and a slab, just my favorite artworks, but man, I love this artwork. This is like giving me child memories, you know. I loved dinosaurs as a kid, so this one is like prehistoric dinosaurs, and yeah, just one of my favorite cards. This one is Nurikabe. Yeah, I think they did the Tyranitar and Paldea Evolved too, like the kind of photorealistic-y one. So yeah, great artist. And then of course the Giratina V down here. This one I had in English, and my copy was really good, so I sent it off to PSA, got a 10 and sold it, and then replaced it with, I think this one is Chinese. Is it Chinese? I think it's Chinese. I need to figure out how to tell the Chinese. I think these characters are Chinese characters. But the texture is really good on this one. Yeah, and you can see on Chinese. I'll do another video too, but there's that Pokemon stamp right there in the corner, so that you can tell that it's authentic. Sometimes, you know, you have to be careful with Chinese or alternate languages, just because there's, you know, they're really good at fakes nowadays. But if you buy from a reputable seller, or, you know what to look for, you're totally fine. And one second, I'm gonna plug in my phone. It's running out of batteries. Gotta love being a new YouTuber and figuring it out. But just, you know, gonna keep it super casual, so bear with me. Okay, cool. So next we have Silver Tempest. This is the last of the trainer gallery sets. Rockridge or Rockruff, another one of the great artists for just a random Pokemon. Kricketune, another random Pokemon that got a cool art. This is another Hagenosuke. Yeah. And Superior V as well. I think this is T0. Yeah. So the Superior. Great texture. I love these cards where there's a lock, like the background is just so picturesque. You can kind of like, you know, make your own stories about their journey and where they came from. Super nerdy stuff like that. Blaziken V, VMAX. The colors on these are really good. The texture as well. Some of these trainer galleries, they're getting a little bit more love. You know, originally when I was collecting them, they were all super cheap. Like these were a couple bucks. Now they're increasing in price, which is nice if, you know, you had extras or whatever, which I usually do. If I like a card, I'll buy extras so I can sell it later and then kind of fund the hobby that way. Otherwise, it's a super expensive hobby to just fund on your own without using, you know, cards that increase in price. So, yeah, Silver Tempest here. I do have the Lugia V. I also have that one in a slab, so I don't have the here, but I'd probably place it either here or in the middle. And then these aren't trainer galleries or altars, but actually, so even just the random Vs in Sword and Shield, sometimes they're illustrated by people. So this is actually an Arita art, and it's not like a 5-pound graphics, like the more graphic style. And I kind of like it more than the alt art version, but I mean the alt art version is kawaii as well, so just a different take on it. But man, it's so cool. I love that. And then the Ho-Oh V here as well. This is an Akiragawa one. So yeah, these are both, they're, you know, they're not the hardest to pull, but they are pretty difficult to grade. So I do have some PSA 10s of these as well. But man, just super vibrant and awesome for just Vs to get artwork like this. You don't see it as much. And yeah, I love that the Vs in Sword and Shield were a little bit more, it's like 3/4 art or something, you know, not a half art, but not a full art. All right, next, going into Crown Zenith. I know this video is a little bit longer, guys, bear with me. Sword and Shield just has so many cool cards. Cool, so yeah, Crown Zenith here, Galarian Gallery. This Lapras is awesome. Love this Lapras. Yeah, these underwater scenes are great. The Sleeping Mew, of course, is amazing. Everybody's just watching him sleep. So yeah, great art, and starting to get a lot more appreciation too. Here at Latias as well. Love this Latias. I think it's T0 that did this one, but yeah, Clothesline Latias. And yellow borders, you know, they really, I really actually started to get nostalgic over them, so I don't mind them anymore. Like in Japanese, it's a gray border, but yeah. The energy here, I just have it for the binder, you know, to kind of break it up a little bit. These energies in Crown Zero have a really cool texture, so I only collected just the electric version, but that's hard to tell. There you go, you can kind of see. There's Pokeballs and lightning bolts, and then of course the Pikachu, the textured one here. Amazing art, amazing texture. And all the Sword and Shield, you know, Pokemon here. Zacian, Hisuian, Zoroark, all those fun ones. Then you have the connecting art over here with the Pikachu. So, oh yeah, Saito, I think that's how you pronounce it, did all these connecting art. So these are cool. They all connect together. So I love doing those, you know, binder pages like that where they all connect. Next, we'll get into more of the rarer pulls for Crown Zenith. Crown Zenith is one of the best sets, honestly. I love it. Just so many cool Pokemon, such good artwork. This Suicune V. Guess who did this one? Furusawa. Amazing card. Also the Raikou V. I love this. I love this. Yeah. It's like racing there. And even has Glaceon, you know, Leafeon, Mewtwo V-Star, of course. Great artwork that goes with that Charizard from the Charizard UPC. Darkrai as well. The colors on this Darkrai are really cool. And these V-Stars are a little unique, so they have like almost a white silver border. And this kind of like white here. So yeah, it's really cool that Darkrai got like a V-Star version. Usually it's more of a darker Pokemon, so it's really fun that it's vibrant instead. And the Glaceon V-Star also looks good with the V-Star, the silver border. Okay, next we'll get into the end of Glaring Gallery, and then have to shout out Kiragawa with these gold Arceus Giratina Origin Form. And the texture on these are the best gold cards, you know, in my opinion. But yeah, the texture on these are just really good. And the gold just pops. Love these cards. Not super hard to pull. I mean, the pull rates in Crown Zenith were very pretty fair and pretty easy, but that's why it's such a fun set to open. I remember when I got back into the hobby, I opened a lot of this set, and it was so much fun. I loved opening those packs. Don't open packs as much anymore. Here we have the Evolution promos. These are like not my favorite artwork. They're more like the CG ones, but still cool, and they make a fun binder page too. Then over here on the right we have the V's. So this Pikachu V and the Eevee V actually have this rainbow, so they're connected arts here. And these are just V's, they're like 3/4 arts. But these are illustrated by actual illustrators too. So like here, this one's actually Kawaii, this Dragonite. So you can see it's actually like a drawn artwork style. They're not textured, but you know, still really cool. So I wanted to have a whole page for my favorite V's, another Kawaii here as well. So yeah, this one's Akira Gawa actually, to this Luxray, just randomly. There's a few more besides these that were illustrators did them, but I only had so many pages for this one. Next we'll go into Radiance. So these are like the shiny versions. Pokemon Go Eevee is a great Radiant. These are just fun to fill up a binder with. They're a little bit textured too, as you can see. Yeah, kind of a throwback. And then last we have the Amazing Rares. So these are fun to fill up a binder page with too. It's just 9 of them. And you know, not my favorite art, but they're just, you know, part of the history of Sword and Shield too. So you can get these from a bunch of different sets, but fun to collect too. Cool, so next we'll go into my graded cards for Sword and Shield to close it off too. Alright, so here are my graded cards, some of them here. These ones I have the Evolution, so this one, the Vaporeon VMAX, is Furusawa as well, of course. Flareon VMAX, these came from the promo packs. Glaceon VMAX, great artwork with the Pikachu. Yeah, these are just super great. Umbreon VMAX as well, gotta have that one. And I collected these in 10s and 9s, just a little bit cheaper in 9s, and I usually collect 9s and then sell 10s. Leafeon VMAX, another Hagenosuke, and then the Jolteon VMAX. And then there wasn't an Eevee VMAX really from an illustrator, so I just put my favorite Eevee card there as well from Prismatic ETB. And then down here, more Sword and Shield ones. So I actually, it's the Lugia V from Kawaii. Zeraora V, I also have a binder version. These are Scarlet Violet, so don't mind those. And then the Dragonite V, this is one of my favorite cards. This is another Furusawa. So yeah, the Sleepy Dragonite V up above the clouds there from Evolving Skies. And then the Aerodactyl V, and then of course I had to have the Raikou. So yeah, that's it guys. Thanks again for my super long binder walkthrough on Sword and Shield. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you liked it, please consider subscribing it, liking it. Really appreciate that. And yeah, comment down below if you have any suggestions or want to see another set. As you can see here, I have a ton of this is my binder collection, so go through these in the future. Probably do a Southern Islands walkthrough. That's one of my favorite favorite sets there. So stay tuned for more videos, and thanks for watching. All right.